Hello and welcome to this free talk from Security Valley. The talk is about turning VIM into a powerful IDE. Some words before we start. I'm not an English native speaker, so I hope that it's not a problem. And I have decided to split the video in many parts so that it's easy to follow along. So to give you a short overview, that are the main topics that we try to cover in the next videos. That it's a little bit what is VIM and why you could use VIM as development environment in comparison to let's say VS Code. VS Code is, by the way, it's awesome, and other IDEs like Eclipse and you name it. Then we trying to figure out how we can achieve behavior like a file explorer or file browser. Then it's how to add a color theme. Then we try to figure out a way how to search for files and in files with a few plugins and then a little configuration. Then we're going to talk about split Windows views. Then we have a look at the code completion. For me, it's the main essential part if it comes to a development environment. We have syntax errors or syntax highlighting, code completion, auto pairs, and so on and so on. And after we've done the basic configuration and run through all the different parts here, I will show you a quick example project in Golang or Go. To give you a feeling how does it look. A few words about me. Currently we're kind of a red teamer, so that means my background is cybersecurity and coding. I've done it more than half of my life, and sometimes I work as a trainer. My claim is that knowledge should be shared and should be free consumable by everyone. So that's the main motivation behind that videos and all the stuff that it's public accessible from Security Valley. So that is for me the next line is open source is absolutely fine. We should so thankful that we have the open source movement. And sometimes, if I have time, I write some blog articles on my personal blog. It's idev.com. And it's enough talking. Let's quickly talk about the audience. You should familiar using Linux, Unix. Maybe you're a Windows user. I think, I'm convinced that VIM is able to run on Windows. But don't ask me any issues about that. I'm not a Windows native user. You should have kind of an affinity for technology. Maybe you have an IT or coding background. You should be open to learn something new. And in the end, if you start using VIM with some color theme and configuration and so on, it starts looking very, very nerdy. So it looks cool as hell. So why VIM? It's in my opinion, it's the latest editor, and it's fast and easy portable to other systems. So that means the configuration is easy portable. In my opinion, it has a really simple configuration. It's super fast. Commands, sometimes it's hard to remember, but here is a practice. I think that it's the same for all, or for many other topics. Practice is all. So give yourself a week or two, and you should be comfortable with the basic movements in VIM. And as I said before, in the end, it looks super nerdy. So getting ready. Let's have a look at the virtual machine that I have prepared. But before, I will show you on my my host machine. How the final result after all the configuration steps is going to look like. So let's move here in a Go project, maybe in the CTF, maybe in the backend, and say we want to open with all the customization that I've done so far on my host machine, the project in Vim, and you now see how the final result will look like. Yeah, we have a file browser or file navigation here on the left. We have here in our main window the main Go, or the main of the start application. We have code completion here with many helper functions around. Then we have the in file search. Then we have the file search here, for example, everything that has a model inside. We have a navigation and a preview on the right, so on. And with that nice color theme here, yeah, and I show you how you achieve that. So enough talking. Let's switch back to the virtual machine that I've prepared. If you're interested in some technical properties, we can quickly run neofetch. And you see here some configuration values. That's Ubuntu 2020 with 2 gigabytes of memory so far, and it's one of the latest, I think, one of the latest Ubuntu machines. So before we jump into all the plugins and the advanced configuration, we need to install some dependencies. So therefore, we can run the apt command, and we need to install obvious vim, git, and curl. Enter your password. Yeah, maybe we should type in here in the right way, and then you see that our machine is now installing all the required dependencies. There's one more for later tasks, especially the code completion. We need a Node.js installed. Let me quickly get the official documentation up and running here. So that is the official documentation from nodejs.org, and here is a link that claims here or names Debian and Ubuntu-based Linux distributions. And here's a link more to a GitHub repository from node source. And here's an anchor to the installation instructions. And we need simply copy and paste the first line here. Then paste that into the terminal from our virtual machine. And after that, we need the next command. Give it a second. And now your machine should install Node.js. So let's give it a few seconds. And after that, let's verify that everything is installed properly. Check the versions, and then move on to the next topic. So the first thing let me check is if Git is installed. It's perfect. Not sure curl have a version. Curl is installed. Node should be installed. So let's check the Node version. And if a Node is installed, there should also be the Node package manager available on your machine. That's right. And obvious Vim. Now we've installed it. So perfect. I would say let's quickly have a look what the next topic is. Where are my slides? They are here. So we've forgotten one thing, that it's the creation of the vimrc file. So let's quickly do that. Therefore, we should move into your home directory, either by cd or cd $vim type home, and there with the command touch we create the vim rc file. And let's quickly do a small change here and say we want to have numbers here on the left in Vim, yeah? And then with double colon and W, the file has saved. And for the moment, let's exit Vim completely. I will show you in the next video how you can reload the configuration without leaving Vim. And reopen, and you see we have the 1 here, yeah? So that means that it's line 1. And our configuration and installation is totally fine. So, in the next video, we are going to discuss all stuff that is related to a file explorer. So, thank you for watching. I will link all the links and notes that we have discussed here so far in the video notes. So, see you in the next one.